Crude oil, as we expected, traded with moderate bullishness throughout the day. We have seen it hitting the highs close to 62, and I have mentioned it earlier in the day. The zone at 61.6, 61.6, 62 is achievable and it should offer a greater resistance. And see, hitting the zone, it is trying to erase some of the gains. While on the downside, 60.8 is still offered a good support. And if you recall, few hours back with my Asia session update, I have mentioned only selling entry at 60.8. Natural gas stayed in a very narrow zone and now it is trading at the bottom at 3.57. Can we expect oil to break beyond 62? Can we expect gas to trade below 3.55 and move towards 3.5? What should be our strategy? In order to profit trading crude oil and natural gas today, how we should profit? This is the second update. First update, those who had watched must have profited already. And the subscribe, press the bell icon to get the notifications. Do like, share, and comment. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates and join the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the effort. This is the only channel to give you 2 updates a day with detailed analysis and a proper reasoning for every entry point and the targets. This develops your perspective. This develops your understanding of the market, and thus you can be a better profitable trader with every video, with every update, with every trade. Thus, do not miss to subscribe. Let's start first to look into oil, followed with gas. Watch till the end. Now, oil on the hourly chart. See, first of all, there is a little hurdle. You can see there was a wall here. It was failing to break beyond this, and then it has moved. There was one spike where it has moved towards 62. 62 is the major hurdle which it has to break. Now, see, hitting the resistance, it has retested on the downside. The support here, 60.8, 61, offered it a very good support. Now, notice rise, sideways movement, and now if it breaks out, now if it trades above 61.6, buy again, expect 62, and if it breaks beyond 62, it is rallying to the moon here, but not as long as 62 is not taken. You have to be careful with the buys here. That is also very important. Notice this is how it is trading. Where are the highs of this channel? The highs of this channel lies somewhere here at around 62.4, 62.5, which is achievable. Moving average is looking upwards. Stochastic, MACD, RSI all are looking upwards, which is a slight bullish sign here. Coming to 2 hour chart. On the 2 hour chart, see, one important point is the flat top. Though this was the resistance 61.4, and now it has moved towards the next 61.6. So now very important for crude oil to trade beyond 61.6. And yes, if you see, it is staying above 61.6. 62, this is the zone where it is going to struggle hard, and if it stays above 62, I think we are ready for a round of rise here. While on the downside, 61, 60.8, see this triple bottom, this is crucial. 60.8, it is a crucial support zone for now. Only below 60.8 I'll recommend you to sell. Stochastic rising here. MACD, after hitting the bottom, has now crossed over. Again, a good bullish sign it is. This confirms that possibly oil might reverse from here. RSI, this is comfortable right now, comfortably positioned, neither bullish nor bearish. And on the 3-hour chart, see, on the 3-hour charts, uh, look at the top here. You can see this flat tops suggest the resistance on the upside is pretty strong. Though the support is equally strong, but the resistances are playing out very well. And thus it requires a pressure, a force from the downside for it to break this zone. And that is why I say till towards 62. You have to be a little extra cautious and vigilant. Though you can buy at 61.6, but I think it is going to be difficult to stay beyond 62. Beyond 62 is where the bullishness will increase here, and then we can look forward to a breakout move. Also on the 3-hour charts, the resistance on the downside is very important, because see, support on the downside is very important, because see, you can see these bigger tails here, and this suggests the prices are not willing to stay bearish. Stochastic here is looking downwards, the MACD is bearish, the RSI is flat. On the 4-hour charts, now look at the 4-hour charts here. See, after the drop, rise, retracement, and a rise. So once it breaks out, we can wait for 62. Once it stays beyond 62, that is a point of time you can confirm that oil prices are heading higher, where we are looking forward to 64, 65 zone. And yes, I have shared this, that oil has formed a double bottom. I'll do this on the daily charts, double bottom here, and it might continue to trade bullish like this. Let's watch out. On the smaller time frames, it was slightly overbought, and that is why we have seen a slight dip for the last couple of sessions. Stochastic looking downwards, the MACD trading bearish, the RSI is comfortable here. Now coming to the daily charts. On the daily charts, notice support from 20 period, and see one bearish candle here. You can see the preceding candle, it has shown a pullback, it failed to stay bearish, and today it has started on a slight bullish note. But it is very important for oil to trade beyond 62, because beyond 62 what it may try to attempt is to move towards this 50 period, that is close to 63. and hence you have to watch out specifically towards 62. Do not treat this as bullish at still 62, because see, hitting higher lows it can move towards higher, hitting higher highs it can move towards higher lows, which suggests 60.4, 60.5 can be seen here. However, I'll only recommend a sell at 60.8. Now, notice another way to look at the charts is, see, it is formed double bottom. It is trying to reverse, and once it breaks out, this zone at 65, it is aiming higher towards 68, 70 levels. And hence, it is trying to struggle at this. Another way to look at it is this, that after the drop, it is trading sideways, and if it breaks out here, it is going to deliver a massive down move. Stochastic looking down, the MACD. Now, see, uh, look at the stochastic. It is this twin peak and it is trying to move towards the bottom. But look at MACD, the double bottom, and it is looking upward. So mixed indication, and therefore we can see mixed movement. Prices are trading sideways, and it is trying to get a resistance on the upside, trying to cool down the stochastic while keeping the MACD intact, and this suggests that it is still in the bullish zone. And that is why I have shared several times that till towards 57.8, do not treat crude oil as bearish. Pretty clear. This is for the near term. RSI flat. Now see how easily we have identified the levels, how easily we have identified the trends, and yes, it is also equally important for you to develop this perspective slowly and steadily with every move. And imagine if you have this perspective, if you have this art of understanding the charts and the language of charts, and coupled with the strategies which you have developed, definitely it will help you increase the number of winning trades. It will help you become a pro trader. Hence, do not miss this opportunity to be part of the 33rd mentorship batch starting 2nd of June. Every month we have one batch, and the next batch is announced for 2nd of June. Connect with me, write an email or ping me or telegram for your queries. See, it is important to invest in learning first rather than invest in markets, because learning gives you profit throughout the time, throughout the life, not the markets. And yes, many of you were asked whether they should join the signals channel or to invest in learning first. I always recommend first is learning. Yes, first is to learn, invest in your learning. Still, if you think that you do not have time to learn and do want a hand holding, you can join the signals channel on Telegram. For your queries related to both, you can connect with me, write an email or ping me on Telegram. And once you have all these in place, it is important to have a broker which offers you a swap-free account with lowest spreads and no hidden charges, easier transactions and easier withdrawals from across the globe. You can find the recommended broker link also in the channel and video description. Now, looking at this, where you should buy, the buying entries are only recommended at 61.60 levels, that too specifically when the lower prices are above 61.6. And then too with the rider that till 62 is not taken, you have to be careful with the buys. Prices can reverse any point of time, and thus you should trail your stop losses beyond 62. I'll be looking forward to the next target at 62.4, 62.5, and then 62.85, 63. Beyond 63 till 63.6, it's not a reversal. Beyond 63.6, it's going to the moon towards 65 very very soon. If not today, next week we may see a gap up. Important is where it closes today. A closing towards 63 will be a clear indication that the next week might begin on a bullish note. On the downside, I will recommend a selling entry now at 60.8 only. Till 60.8, it's not bearish. Below 60.8, still, I will say for the day 64, 60.4, 60.5 should be the first and very nearest and the strongest support levels. Below this 60, till 60, do not treat this as bearish. Below 60, it is not going to come back. Below 60, we are looking forward to 59.4, 59.3. 58.6, 57.8. Till 57.8 for the near term for this week and the next week, do not trade this as bearish. Take your trades accordingly. Let's move to natural gas. Natural gas on the hourly charts, simple observation, rise, retracement, rise, consolidation, and now looking downwards. 3.55, the critical number. It has to break below 3.55, and then it will confirm the next move towards 3.5. 3.5 is again a very crucial support, 3.5, 3.48, because below this is going to head towards 3.44 and 3.4 levels. Now see here, the moving averages are trading with divergence and are staying bearish. Though natural gas is just entering into slightly oversold zone, but it is still having lot much of downside available. The stochastic is looking down, MACD again trying to cross over for sell. The RSI is also looking downwards. On the 2 hour chart, similar observation here. See, increasing bearishness. First of all, a flat top and increasing bearishness. Now it is important for gas to break below 3.55, which will confirm the next move towards see 3.55, 3.54. Once it takes, we can expect 3.5 as the next target. Below 3.5, it is going to be 3.4445 and 3.4. Stochastic oversold, MACD almost at bottom, and hence I'll say till 3.5, I'll see that possibly this could bottom out here and a little rise can be seen. RSI oversold here. On the 3 hour chart, similar observation. See observation here, moving averages crossing over here, trading with divergence, and see the drop, retracement, drop, retracement, drop here, trying to trade sideways. Once it trades below 3.55, we can look forward to further bearishness here. Stochastic oversold here, MACD sharply bearish, RSI oversold. On the 4 hour chart, similar observation. Notice the resistance here, reversal and increasing body size. And hence 3.5554 has to be there. 3.5 could also be seen very soon, which is a very, very good support. Below 3.5 is where slight bearishness to be seen, and 3.4544 and 3.4 are the two key levels which it has to break, because once it breaks below 3.4, we will see it landing towards 3.2. And see where it closes today. Again, it is important because natural gas, this is the trend. If it opens or closes on a bearish note, it opens with a bearish note or a gap down here, and hence you have to watch out where it closes today. Any closer at around 3.5, 3.45 will be a clear indication that the beginning of the coming week should be on a bearish note towards 3.4 and lower levels. However, I'll say things are getting slightly oversold here for net gas. Yes, it is oversold on stochastic on the 4 hour charts, and MACD and RSI are also bearish here. Coming to the daily. On the daily charts, now see, only worry point here was yesterday it has shown a swing and it is closed in red, but the body size was smaller. Today it has started on a flat note looking downwards. However, if you align the lows here, I will say till towards 3.5, do not treat this as bearish. This could be the completion of the bearish move, and then possibly next week it may start with the down move, up move here. And that is why I say till if at all it closes above 3.5, we have to wait for the coming week, the direction it takes in the beginning of the week, and that is what you should watch out for. Below 3.5, if it closes, you can expect a bearishness in the coming week where it was going to head towards 3.4, 3.2. Now look at the daily charts here. What's happening? See this lower highs, lower lows. It is trying to create a broader bearish channel. The median here is towards 3.2. So it may possibly first move towards 3.2, and if that is taken, then 3 and 2.8 should be there very soon. Stochastic oversold, MACD trying to converge crossover for sell, the RSI looking down. So looking at this, first is where you should buy. Ideally, a buying entry now is only about 3.6. As long as 3.6 is not taken, do not invest in natural gas for a buying trade. Beyond 3.6 is where we can expect 3.65 and 3.7. If at all it moves beyond 3.7, 3.76, 3.8 levels should be there. Beyond 3.8 is where the bulls are waiting, else do not treat this as bullish. On the downside, sell at 3.54, expect 3.5. Till 3.5, you have to be careful with the sells here. Below 3.5 is where the bears are waiting towards 3.4544 and then towards 3.4 levels. Take your trades, take your positions accordingly. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Join my mentorship batch, join my signals channel. Connect with me for your queries. Join the free Telegram channel for live market updates. Join the channel memberships here on YouTube to support the effort. Also, this is a weekly review, a daily review. I do share my weekly review. Do not miss to watch it. It gives you a fair bit of idea on the coming week's trend. Thus, subscribe, press the bell icon. Thank you. Have a great profitable trading day ahead and a happy weekend. Thank you.